Thank you all for coming. My name is Superintendent Will Mason. I'm in charge of the patrol division here in Area 3 Patrol. Just providing an update, an incident we had at Bishop Ryan School earlier today. So we did get a call first thing this morning, shortly before 8 o'clock from the school. The school received a call about a threat to the safety of the school. Obviously, we take those types of things very seriously. A great number of officers were on scene very quickly after we received the call, and we remained on scene there till approximately 12:30, at which point we were able to determine that the school was safe, that there was no validity to the threat, and our CID currently has carriage of the investigation, and they're going to be investigating the source of the threat to identify the individual who made the call and lay the appropriate charges.
Earlier you said calls, plural, not singular.
Yes, and my understanding is still that we did receive, there were 2 calls placed to the school.
Believed to be from the same person?
At this point, yes. At this point, yes.
What was said in these calls?
I can't go into the exact nature of the calls, but there was a threat to bring a weapon to the school and harm teachers and students. I can tell you that.
Is it believed that this may be another student or just someone from the outside?
We're a little early into the investigation to say that. As I said, we're not certain of that, and we're going to investigate and keep our mind open to all possibilities at this point.
Now, there were a number of rumors circulating that parents were talking about and spreading about. One of them involved an armed robbery at the gas station nearby the school. Can you say anything about those rumors?
Again, I can't speak specifically to that allegation. I realize, and we do recognize in these situations, a lot of information can spread very, very quickly through social media. We recognize that parents are desperate for as much information as we can possibly give. As I said before at the earlier briefing, many of us are parents ourselves, and many of the officers have students in the school district. So we definitely recognize and sympathize with parents and students who are going through this. It's not an easy thing to go through. We try to provide as much information as we can and reassure everybody that they are in fact safe. The officers were in the school very, very quickly and doing their job to ensure the safety of all the students. But it is a methodical process to be able to clear the school and say that it is 100% safe, and we want to be able to say that before we start bringing the students out of the school and reuniting them with their parents.
Can you talk logistically what the search and the investigation looked like at the school? It was tactical officers. Can you tell me how many officers were on scene, sort of how they went about searching rooms?
I can't give you an exact number of officers who were on scene. We did have a number of officers there, and if you were up at the school, you saw a number of emergency service vehicles there. It is a methodical process. We search through. The officers go from room to room, clearing each room to ensure that it's safe, and once it is safe, they secure it before they move on to the next room. So we did leave students in rooms, but we left them in rooms that we know were safe and secure, and we knew that was a safe location for the students to be before we move on to the next room.
So if you were searching a room where students had gone into lockdown, did you move them out of the room to search the room? Did you search them in the room?
No, we searched the room with them in the room.
And then what happens once the lockdown is lifted? Do you escort the students out
So
classroom
the students were escorted out. Obviously, everybody is very anxious to get out, but we do get them out in as orderly a fashion as we possibly can. We also recognize that this is a traumatic event for a student to go through. Even though it turned out that this threat appears to be just that, a threat, we recognize that for a student locked in a classroom with little information, it can be a traumatic event. The school recognizes that too. They have some crisis counselors that have responded up to the scene to talk to any students who are having difficulty processing any of this. And as I said, a number of us are parents ourselves. We definitely sympathize and recognize